We'll call this Greenway Advisory Committee meeting to order. Welcome to all of you. We do have a new member here tonight, Mr. Robert E. Lee. We appreciate you volunteering to serve on this committee and appreciate you serving the community.
Yes, sir. Whatever I can do.
And we do have a quorum that's present. And you've just received your minutes from the previous meeting, or you may have received them by email. Has anyone had time to review those minutes, or if so, I'd like to get a motion to accept. We have a motion?
Good.
And a second. All in favor of accepting the minutes as presented?
Aye.
Aye.
Staff report, Ms. Robin.
Well, I was just gonna give y'all a report, the flood damage on our parks in general was very minimal. We were very lucky. We did have multi-purpose building, got some water in it. We are replacing the carpet, having the air conditioner, the HVAC unit checked out, and some roof repair. We did have some ball field damage that we are working on, bringing some dirt in and regrading. Other than that, we're very lucky. Down at Heritage Valley Park, we did have a storage box get washed into the creek, and that was a little scary few minutes, but they did get it pulled out. And other than that, we really fared well overall in Parks and Recreation Department. That's basically all I have for the staff report.
Any questions? We're going to do project updates. You're going to do those under discussion
I'm
items?
just gonna do those under discussion items, yes.
Okay. We'll move into Old Business Greenway Master Plan. Most of you may know, our master plan is about 11 years old, 10 or 11 years old, and we'll need to be looking at that to try to update it. I think we discussed it at some previous meetings as well, to look at that. It's still something we need to try to budget to regroup, because some of the areas that was designated or for potential greenways has been developed. Some of the areas we've actually acquired, like out at Brookside. Robin, you want to add anything?
No,
to
that's really it. The council has even talked about it, and we possibly have one of our grant funds that can pay for it, and the council, I think, said if we can get the grant to pay for it, that they'd be willing to do their 20% match on that. But we've got 3 other projects in the works right now, so we're kind of putting the master plan to the side and working on these other 3 projects, and then we'll come back to the master plan after that.
Any questions on the master plan?
What section, as of at this point, were we looking at first potential greenway? Still back over here behind us?
Yes.
That would run from basically here at City Hall
Yep.
all the way to the Hurricane Creek
Right.
ramp, utilizing the old Stone River Road bed. Any other questions? Let's move right into discussion items, and we'll talk about 3 different sidewalk projects, and then and how those are moving along with some status updates. Robin, if you want to.
Sure. Fergus Road sidewalks. Of course, we've been working on this one for a while. We hit a few snags along the way, but we did finally get all the right-of-way done, and now we are just working with the engineer on some of the final design requirements and all the approvals that TDOT has to give us. And the next step is for them to give us notice to proceed, and then we'll bid the project out. Hopefully that's going to happen very soon. And that will be the first one that you'll see any kind of work being done on. The next one is Cheney Boulevard sidewalks. That's over by the high school. Great need of sidewalks over there. I don't know if any of y'all ever been over there when school's letting out. But the citizens around that area really like to see sidewalks put in, so we have first step is getting an engineer to start the preliminary design over there. We do have an engineer contracted with the city right now, so they will be starting the, what do you call it? Surveying. Yes, they will be starting the surveying very soon. You might see them out there. And we are fast-tracking that. We have a very aggressive timeline. We are hoping to get the survey and design done in the next few months, and then do right-of-way, whatever right-of-way needs to be done, and then go through all the TDOT approvals first of next year. And if everything goes well, by summer 2011, we hope to have Cheney sidewalks under construction. So that's the plan anyway. And then the third project that we're working on, we have grant money that is going to expire if we don't use it, is Brookside Park Trail over Dove Creek, Farmingdale area. The city owns some property there. We also had some property donated on the other side of the creek in the Brookside subdivision. And we do have grant money, like I said, for a trail over there, which will be the first phase of that park. In the process of hiring an engineer to do that design, and we hope to get that done pretty quick as well. And that'll be one little leg of our greenway, but kind of spread out a little bit, but we'll eventually connect them all, hopefully. And as far as, like you were asking, the greenway behind City Hall here on core property, we're still moving on that one. It's a very slow process, but we're still working with the Corps and moving forward with that. Baby steps.
We hoping to have a wider sidewalk at the Brookside Park, since it's going to be part of the Greenway long term, or what are we looking at as far as proposed widths of the three?
Well, the trail that we're looking at in Brookside Park runs along the creek. It'll start at, what's the name of that road?
Stone Ridge.
Stone Ridge. It'll start right there by the bridge and go along the creek and into the backside of Brookside Park, all along the creek in there. So it's kind of on the floodplain. I believe we got 10 to 12 feet is the width on that. And the grant money is just for trails, so that's what'll be done to begin with. And it'll go as far as we have money to go.
Right now, we're trying to get somebody to look at it for us.
We are in negotiations with an engineer. That'll probably be on the next council workshop and meeting agenda to vote on approving a contract with an engineer on that.
How much time we got left on that grant?
I believe it is up first of next year. So we have two choices. We can either fast track it and get it done, or we can apply for an extension on the grant, which we might go ahead and do anyway, even though we're going to move forward, just to make sure that we're within the time frame.
Robert, I'll let you ask a question. I was going to add for your benefit, being a new member, on the Fergus Road sidewalk, are you aware that sidewalk will run from Murfreesboro Road to the Heritage Valley?
No.
You know where Fergus Road is at?
Yeah.
It will run on this side, on the Heritage Valley Park side, and it will run Murfreesboro Road there, crossing on the run, all the way along the roadway. It is set off the roadway, and then all the way across the creek, and then to the first road turning into the Heritage Valley subdivision. That'd be that leg there.
Where would Cheney start at, San Ridley?
No, Cheney will run from
School.
from Old National Highway all the way. I think we're running that all the way to the city limits. The city limits is right there,
Right next to the football field.
Yeah, it's right real close to the football field. We'll probably there's one leg on the Smyrna side we'll talk to them about as well, 'cause where ours stops and where they had a development for the church and stuff. There's a little open spot there, but
Yeah, a little bitty
yeah,
church. right
so
there
we'll
on
have
the
to try to
corner.
work that out with Town of Smyrna, because that's in their, inside their jurisdiction, to actually try to link that. And that, when that's the case, then it would tie in all the way from Old National Highway all the way to Sonic and all the way to San Luis, yes.
Yeah.
So,
You're right, it is. I live over there, and it's bad, and there's kids let out. There's kids everywhere. So both of these will be doing at the same time, or whatever we can get done. If we can get them started at the same time, they'll both be run and done at the same time. Or you can start one and then finish it.
As far as the two sidewalk projects go, Fergus will probably happen first, and then Cheney will happen next year.
Fall in behind it. Yeah, 2011.
Yeah.
and with the Fergus Road sidewalks, of course, that land was donated by a private owner there, and in the Heritage Valley subdivision, you know, we got that access there, and then we stayed inside our right of way on that corner lot. And on the Cheney Road, the reason it's gonna be 2011 summer, we're trying to schedule that to where, like we did the sidewalks here and along Stones River Road, we're gonna try to schedule those to where it happens during the summer school recess, so it doesn't cause more traffic congestion with those type of, and forcing kids out of yards, which is where they kind of walk in the road and in the yards currently, so try to make it as safe as possible. And then on the Brookside Trail, that land, we acquired it during the design phase for the construction of that subdivision there, and that was donated as well, so we did not have to buy most of this. Now, Trainee Road, we'll have to probably purchase some right away. There has been some comments from some landowners that they will donate that right away, but we'll see when we get that far, if that still continues to be the case.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me know about that.
Any other questions? Raman, does everyone still have a copy of, do you have a copy of the old master plan?
I do.
Do you still have that?
Yep.
We might, we'll get Mr. Lee a
Okay.
copy of that, just something he can just take
Alright.
a look at, even though it's outdated, and we're gonna be working to revise that. Give him some general area, which direction,
Okay.
we're going with that. just
Yeah,
kinda bring him up
and
to
some of
speed.
it is still good information. It's just quite a bit of it is,
And give us some idea
change.
of where we're
Mhm.
looking at 10 or 12 years ago, and what we're probably going to do some changing now because of development that's happened since then, and how things have changed.
Yeah, because this is just all a little learning phase for me. Just sit and listen, that's all it is for me.
I
And
have
learn.
a question. Didn't a while back ago, we looked at a proposed plan for Hurricane Creek?
We did, and that's part of what had to be approved and submitted to the Corps in order to do the whole, I mean, they want to see all our future plans before they'll really,
Oh, so we have to have the master plan.
yes, it's basically a master plan of that area. Even though we're not gonna do most of it any time in the near future, or maybe ever, but it's just what we might like to see in the future. The first thing we're gonna do in phase one is a trailhead with the restroom facility and a parking lot down there at the general area of the boat ramp, and then a trail running all the way to City Hall, and we'll do another trailhead here at City Hall. But as soon as we get onto Core property, we have to follow their rules and get all of that approved up front. And it takes a while.
It's been a while since I looked at the plan. What would be our best, if ever, opportunity to link up with Smyrna's Greenway?
The proposed connection point will be somewhere around the airport, running up Fisk, which is off Fergus,
Yep.
running up, which is behind the On the Run, run up through there and tie in to the new Aviation Parkway going into the airport,
Yeah.
and going back around and tying in near the golf course, and running that direction, and kind of link there and then back around. That's the most logical, it appears, connection point to the town of Smyrna.
How far past the On the Run is Laverne city limit stop?
It goes on up there. What happens is Fisk Road there, Fisk Drive,
Right.
it dead ends at the city limits. So therefore, there will be some connection on the Smyrna side on airport property that will have to be some connection there. But that's probably the most logical thing. And what that might happen, with the scope of things, still probably the general area is to tie in there, come down Fisk, go along Fergus Road, back up around the creek, and then tie back in somewhere in the Lake Forest direction, where it gets back to Holland Ridge or something, or somewhere in that area, and then from there at Lake Forest Park, tie back into the Hurricane Creek boat ramp, and then back around behind City Hall, and then out, and then the final connection point between here and Nashville would probably be through Brookside, and then tie into Cane Ridge Park on the backside of it. So that's the kind of the area. If you look at an aerial map, you can kind of see the best way to know. Obviously, that will use some urban areas, some sidewalks, and also will utilize some trails, you know, which may be through some nature areas.
Okay.
Any other questions on that? Ms. Kimberly, would you like to add anything?
No thanks.
No? Okay. All right. Upcoming events. Robin, you want to talk about the Party in the Park?
Yes, Party in the Park is an event that the city is co-sponsoring for a benefit for the flood victims here in Laverne. There's a committee of citizens that is really heading it up. It's next Saturday, May 29th. That's the Saturday of Memorial Weekend from 10 to 6 at Veterans Memorial Park. There's going to be music and entertainment all day, and the vendors, food vendors, and the children's activity area. So please come out and join us, and all the proceeds go directly to the flood victims here in Laverne.
Any other comments from this committee?
I'm good.
Sir?
We still have 2 openings on this committee.
Yes, we still have 2 openings being advertised for this committee, yes.
Okay. Anybody interested out there?
Yep, we do have 2 openings on this committee. Would like to apply. Our next meeting is that right, August 16th? That's the right date?
That is the right date.
Okay.
Wrong location, right
Yeah,
date?
wrong location, August 16th, location to be determined.
Is that around the time of the 5K?
It is, as a matter of fact. Should be. It's the week before, I believe. What's the date of the 5K?
August 20th.
Yeah,
We're gonna do the same route.
we are. You gonna come run it?
Yeah, I'll probably run it this time instead of run and walk.
Okay, good.
If nothing else, we'll call this meeting adjourned.